Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You are Brianna Beck.
Yes.
Ms. Beck, you are now charged with theft. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Judge, can I get the case number, please?
255-3536.
3536?
Ready?
Yes. On December 17th, 2024, an officer reviewed an OR, an offense report of a theft on September 17th, 2024. According to the report, the complainant reported that the defendant, known to the complainant by name and site, stole 2 espresso machines on August 9th, 2024. The complainant stated the defendant committed the theft at 3 other store locations. The officer reviewed documents that there were theft incidents at 4 home goods locations. The first incident occurred outside of Harris County, Texas. The second incident was investigated by the Harris County Precinct 4 Constable's Office. The third incident occurred on August 9th, 2024, where the defendant and an unidentified female entered the home goods and entered the line to make a merchandise return. Once in line, the defendant ran toward the back, where she selected 3 sets of sheets and then walked to the front of the store and rejoined the female in line. The defendant then placed the sheets on the counter and provided the cashier with her state ID. The system denied the non-receipted refund due to excessive returns without a receipt. The merchandise was then returned to the defendant. The defendant and the unidentified female then left the store, passing all points of sale without attempting to pay. The value was $599.99. The fourth incident occurred on August 9th, 2024. The defendant arrived alone at another home goods location and proceeded into the store with an empty shopping cart. The defendant selected 2 espresso machines and then walked to the front of the store and passed all points of sale without attempting to pay, and the security sensors went off. The value was $999.98. The officer reviewed the surveillance footage from the third and fourth incidents and compared them to the defendant's previous booking photo, and they were a match.
All of Marshall's Home Goods, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. She's on bond for a theft. She's on bond for a gun case with us now. Where's the first theft?
The first theft is from a Walmart, Judge. $121.
Ms. Beck, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I'm going to tell you now, I will do everything in my power to protect every person, place, thing in this county. And if I have to put you in custody and make your bond $50,000 because you continue to become a danger to our city, I will do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand me? I'm ordering you not to go to any Walmart, any Marshall's Home Goods, in anywhere. And I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. You are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm sending you now for a test so I know what, if anything, is in your system. You're to test and then you're to come right back. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job at this time? What do you do for a living?
I'm a reservationist.
Okay. I want proof that you have a full-time job because that is now a condition of your bond as well. I want to make sure that you're working full-time as well.
And Your Honor, the defendant is also a complainant in this court as well. I need to bring up, we've reassigned these cases so that we can deal with it, and so it's on separate prosecutors. Like I have the other defendant's case assigned to me and Abigail is assigned this case. If that makes sense. She's
You
listed
guys are,
as, so she is listed as the complainant in a separate case also in court 5.
in what regard?
So she,
Like in an assault or something like this of this nature?
yes, it's an assault, Your Honor. And to.
Okay, so you got, I mean, you divvy it up how you want.
Yes.
Yes.
Does that, I don't want her to pick up 4th case.
Right,
No, we just want to
Sure
make
that
you
that-
aware, Your Honor.
yes.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? These are your bond conditions. You violate these conditions, I'm going to revoke all of your bonds and I don't understand why you're having attitude.
I
You
don't,
have now 3 cases. You're rolling your eyes as if you have some kind of. We need to talk about bond. What do you suggest as far as a bond in this case, in the newest theft case?
We would suggest a surety bond on the case, Judge, and leave it up to your discretion in terms of amount, but I don't think a PR bond would be appropriate here.
Well, if you do make it a surety bond, we'd ask for it to be low. She did show up here on her own volition today. And I think she's, at least for today, showing the right attitude about how to handle this from here on in.
Set your bond at $2,500. Cash or surety. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? I want to send her for a drug test right now. So Felicia,
Judge, I can't send her until the bond has been posted, or else they'll take her into custody.
okay, then I'm going to give her a PR bond for now because I want to send her right now.
Yes, Judge. I'll still have to wait till that shop signs.
Yep, go for it. Okay, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. I'm going to give her a PR bond because I want to send her for a test now. You were to test and then you're to come back. Do you understand? Not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Please take a seat.
Do I have to be?
See you.
You too. What's up? I like your tie.
Thank you. Likewise, likewise. Your Honor, I have on today's docket, Mr. DeTravius Bell.
Bell. Okay,
Mr. Bell was in custody, so we can remove the bond conditions.
he's out.
He's out, yes, Your Honor.
So he's out on bond for an aggravated assault now, right?
Aggravated search warrants as well. And Fort Bend, yeah, so he's on, he's got deferred adjudication out of Fort Bend County, Your Honor. And then he has these 2 new charges that he picked up. I thought you were saying in Harris County.
No, I'm just curious, what all does he have open at this time?
So it's just the Fort Bend County case, Your Honor, and I'm happy to apprise you of the facts and make sense.
No, I'm just, can you reprise what happened in this case, please?
Yes, so on February 24th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a burglary of a residence in progress call in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, the property manager, and the complainant stated that she was working around 11:30 a.m. and received a call from a witness who was working the pool and notified her that the defendant had kicked down the front door to a unit and the defendant had entered the unit. The complainant stated the defendant had been evicted from the apartment that morning and was given a reasonable amount of time to gather their stuff and leave. Once the complainant confirmed with the defendant that his stuff had been secured, the complainant locked the unit. Complainant stated the defendant still came back and kicked down the front door and entered inside to grab items. The damage was $650. The defendant stated that he was at the corner store near the apartment and that he was not in the unit, nor did he kick down the front door. The defendant stated that he was there to help with his cousin and did not do anything wrong. The officer observed a writ of possession taped to the door, stating on February 24th, 2025, the tenant was served and a trespass warning was attached to it. The defendant gave the law enforcement officer a false name, J.A.s Bell, date of birth, March 26, 2000. Officer asked multiple times, to which the defendant confirmed his name was correct. And the defendant was later ID'd via APHIS to be J.A.s Bell, revealing the defendant to have an outstanding out-of-county warrant out of Fort Bend for failure to appear for the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Can I speak, Your Honor? My understanding of the facts, without saying this is what he said, but it was him and his cousin. The officers are responding to a description. His cousin also has dreads, Your Honor. They were moving out of the apartment that day. He took a break to go to the store to go get an iced tea. And his cousin found out that they had locked the door on him or whatever. And his cousin is the one who kicked the door in. But they both have dreads. He was coming back to the location. If you notice, he wasn't at the location when they detained him. He was coming back to the location. They stopped him and asked him his name. And because he had this out-of-county issue in Fort Bend County, he gave a different name because he wasn't sure why they were stopping him. But he wasn't there. He's totally caught off surprise with all of this. And it's of note that he was residing with his cousin and they've just been evicted that morning. So they were moving their stuff out. So the conversation reads as if, or the DIMS reads as if it was all with him. It's not reading that it was with two different people.
Can you run the NCIC? My concern is that he has an open aggravated assault with deadly weapon. Is he on probation or is it just an open case?
He's on probation and it was an open warrant for failure to appear.
Which is why we're
You
appearing tonight.
realize that you're on probation for an extremely serious case that could land you in prison for like 20 years. Do you realize this? No, I don't think you do. You can go to prison for a very long time. And it's a 3G offense, meaning that whatever you get sentenced to, you have to do half the time before you're even eligible for parole. So if they sentence you to 12 years, you have to do 6 until you're even eligible for parole. Do you understand? You must live like you have a freaking halo over your head because you've now picked up these 2 cases. Well, I don't even know if you're on probation, but if you are, and now you've picked up these 2 cases, Fort Bend isn't like Harris County. Brazoria isn't like Harris County. Brazos isn't like Harris County. They are a lot tough. Do you get my drift? What are you doing with yourself now?
I currently had a job. I lost a job when I went to jail, but I'm trying to get back to strict will now.
People who have too much time on their hands become self-destructive. Mr. Bell, I don't want you smoking anything. I don't want you using alcohol, and I'm going to test you to make sure that you're not. Do you understand? And I want you back here in 2 weeks to show me what you are doing with your life, either a job or actively enrolled in school. And if you're not doing anything, it's really not going to go well for you. Those are probably conditions that are on your felony probation as it is. Do you understand? So I'm going to ensure that you're not going to fall through the cracks. Get my drift? So you either do it the right way or you're going to end up with me. I'm sending you now for a drug test.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are and you're not to go out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? And I want you back here in 2 weeks to show me what you have done. I want to see like 25 applications or you must be actively enrolled in school. Do you understand? Okay, got it. Thanks, Doug.
Time served.
Ready when you are. Ms. Jackson.
Good morning.
And you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement that they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. This now makes 2. What happens on the next one?
I think the jail time might be, it become a felony.
Prison time. That's what you're looking at the next time for a pack of gum. You could be looking at many years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do understand.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never take it off. Not only that, from now on, you're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense, ma'am?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll send you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 2. Please see the clerk. Thanks. Ms. Fonseca, come up. Lori Gooch. Lori, you're up.
I'm sorry.
Good morning, Ms. Fonseca. Ma'am, you're charged with assault of a family member. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 90 days in jail with credit for the 35 that you have already done. You need to understand that there are a lot of serious things that are happening right now. You're pleading guilty to this offense. This offense will go on your record. There's also an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be a drag down fight. You just squeeze the arms enough to where it hurts. You're looking at up to 10 years in prison. You understand? You could never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea as well. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do? Are you on probation or parole at this time?
I just started probation on the 17th of March.
I just pled out to a felony
There.
CW and got deferred, but she's going to a program.
Yeah.
Make use of that program. If you have some kind of addiction issues or whatnot,
Sir.
I'm telling you, there's only so many times they're going to let you go before they send you to prison.
Sir,
You understand?
I understand.
All right. Good luck, man. Thank you, Ms. Gooch.
Thank you, Judge.